Hi everybody, it's Danny here from Botany Danny. Today I thought I'd make a video about my top 5 tips for breeding guppies and kind of talking about what really works for me when I try and breed guppies and what I've found successful and sometimes what I've not found successful. Now to start us off, when I was a kid, we used to live in this unit in Australia, and my dad, he grew up along the Mekong River in Vietnam. He used to catch frogs, and then when I was a kid, I asked him, can we get a fish tank? Can we get some fish, and can I look after them? And my dad thought, you know what, that's so cool. It kind of aligned with his passions, and he basically got us a small fish tank and bought 2 guppies. As soon as he put those guppies in the tank, I just sat there for hours, sometimes days, maybe weeks, just looking at them and watching them swim and thinking about what they needed to survive. And I really wanted them to grow. And across the years, my dad has actually been actively breeding guppies. And I think that's part of where my interest for this aquarium hobby has come. The first tip that I want to mention about guppies is the fact that your tank needs to have a heater. Guppies are tropical fish and they really thrive and become pregnant when the water temperature is at a warmer level. As soon as that temperature rises, those fish are gonna feel a lot more like, yes, I'm gonna have some babies here, and they're going to have a higher chance of survival. That warmth reduces the amount of stress that they're under, and it actually makes them feel like they're ready to give birth. Tip number 2 is all about making sure that you have enough aquatic plants in your tank so that when your guppies do give birth, there's a lot of hiding places. I like to use Java moss, Java fern, logs, anything where there's little crevices or holes for the little babies to swim into. It's going to ensure that a lot of the fry are going to be a lot more successful. Because guppies are live bearers, and if you actually catch this, it's actually quite a fascinating thing to see that as the babies come out, they're going to be a little bit weak, they're going to be a little bit tired, and sometimes the female guppies actually turn around and eat them. So you really kind of want to separate the baby fry as quickly as possible. And having those hiding places means that there's less chances that the mother is going to eat them. Tip number 3 is to feed your guppies a high rich protein diet. Now there's this Hikaru fish brand that I use, which is called Happy Guppy. Yeah, I know, but it's basically so good and rich in protein that when the fish eat it, not only is it delicious, when I open it, I'm like, it smells pretty good. But basically, it's gonna really give them enough protein to help develop the young in their bellies while the female guppies are pregnant. So my dad often used to go to the seafood store and ask the seafood shops for leftover fish eggs, and he'd freeze them in the freezer, and every now and then he'd defrost just a little bit of it and then put them into the fish tank, and the fish used to love the high level of protein that the eggs would provide. So that's another alternative, and I think it only costs like $1 for, a sack of eggs. Tip number 4 is to be more selective about your male and female pairings. What I like to do is to pick one male and put it into a tank of 3 or 4 females. And this is really important because if the number of males outnumbers the number of females in your tank, those females are going to be incredibly stressed, because what the males do is they chase them around the tank all day and the females just can't catch a break. So it's really important that you choose the best male that you really want to breed, and then a group of females that you're really happy with, and put them in the same tank. And that way the females tend to be a little bit more relaxed, they can kind of do their own thing, and then as soon as you can see a female is pregnant, it is time to take that female out and put it into a breeding tank. Step 5 is using one of these. This is probably one of the best guppy separation mini float tanks I've actually found. It's purposely made for breeding your guppies. Basically what you do is you stick this to the side of your tank, inside the tank. So there's holes at the bottom where water can permeate through into this chamber. You have this kind of triangular piece, which basically sits like this, so that the female guppy is gonna sit here in this little trough, and then when it gives birth, the little babies can swim down into this safety zone underneath. You've even got like a breathing lid so that the female guppy can still breathe. And I kind of look at the female's belly. If I can see the belly's a little bit red and it's a little bit poking out and it's probably time for babies to come out, then I will definitely separate that female into this little separation tank, leave it there for a couple of days, and if I can see over a couple of days some little babies appearing, then I know that I've caught them at the right time. This has helped me in the last 2 guppy-based fish pregnancies that I've done. So, what did you think of those 5 tips? I hope those tips have helped you to start your journey in the fish keeping world or the plant aquascaping world. Look, if you really like these sorts of videos, please let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll keep making more of these videos if you enjoy them. This is Danny signing out. Check out my other videos on my channel. See you later.